Hi guys, welcome back to It's Cooking Good. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have got something special for you. It is the sandwich of all sandwiches. It's a beast. I'll tell you, honestly, it's the king of sandwiches and one of my personal favourites. It is an Italian Muffuletto. What's an Italian Muffuletto, I hear you ask? All it is an Italian sandwich filled with olives, cheese and meats. And trust me, it is delicious. You can put whatever you want in it. But here in the It's Cooking Good kitchen, we've got our own take on it. Stay tuned. This is one you're not going to want to miss, I promise you. Okay, so as I said before, there are no rules with what you put in a muffuletta. I'm using mainly Italian meats and cheeses as much as I can. So starting up here, we have got really nice Mortadella. I love Mortadella. This one doesn't have the pistachios in, it's a plain Mortadella. We then have traditional Italian ham. That's not Parma ham or anything, it's just standard Italian ham. Lovely Milano salami. Then we have mozzarella rounds here. And then not so Italian, but I really like this addition in the sandwich, which is Swiss cheese. Or you could get like, I think it's Emmental or Jarlsberg from the supermarkets. Next up, which is the base of the dish, which is all going to be mixed together in a minute, which is finely chopped black olives. That's a third of a cup. A third of a cup of green olives, and you'll see the little red flecks in there. That's because I actually had the green olives with the little pimentons in. A third of a cup of chopped sun-dried tomatoes. Again, these are the ones that you buy in any supermarket in the oil. A third of a cup of artichoke hearts, again, one that you would find in a jar. I've then got basic red peppers. Now you can buy jars of these. I happen to have 2 red peppers in the fridge, so I roasted them briefly just to get some charring on them over the gas hob, and then I put them in the oven for 15 minutes at 180. Obviously took the seeds out, peeled some of the stuff off, and then you end up with these lovely red peppers. Okay, so what we'll start off with, we're just going to chop these red peppers up so that they're going to go into our mixture. Again, you can chop these how you like. I'm just roughly sort of slicing them. I'll just dice them back through again. There's no hard and fast rule. You can buy, oh, lost a bit. You can buy jars of what's called Gianniero. You will find this in sort of like delis, but also some sort of supermarkets. And that is sort of a pre-done mix, a bit like what I'm making. I don't particularly care for it because it has sort of pickled cauliflower and carrots in it, and I'm not really a big fan of that. I much prefer to sort of make my own like we're doing here. Plus the fact, obviously, you do really need the olives in, but again, anything that you're seeing here that you don't like, swap it out. You know, you could use, instead of the olives, you could use a ready-made tapenade, for example, but if you don't like olives, you could use like a pesto. Whatever you like, you put it in, make it your own. Okay, so they're looking pretty good now. I'm just going to get a bowl, and we're going to get all of that into our bowl here, like so. Lovely, a little bit there. Okay, and we'll move that out of the way for the moment. Okay, to that, we're going to add our black olives. Let's get all of that out. Our green olives. Now this is going to look like quite a lot. You haven't seen the loaf yet. It is pretty big. That said, I tend to make up a bit more of this because it is great on pasta dishes, just as an addition to salad. Okay, so we've got our mix together. Now what we're going to do is just season it up and add some extra virgin olive oil as well as some vinegar. So just a little bit of oregano there, not too much. I've got some oil that came actually with the sun-dried tomatoes, and I don't want to waste that, so I'm just going to use a little bit of that as well. It's a good oil. And we'll just add a lick more. Remember, you want quite a lot of oil in this, because if you're keeping it, it will help it last longer. But also, this is going to sort of seep down into the bread of the sandwich. So what I'm really doing here is making a bit of a vinaigrette almost. So it's basically 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. You can use white wine or you can use red wine vinegar, whatever your preference is. Just adding a little pinch of salt and pepper there. And then we're just going to give that a little stir through. Maybe I should have chosen a bigger bowl, but I'm sure this will work. Just be careful. And you see all these lovely colours. And all of this is actually going to, as I say, it's going to sit in layers between the actual meat and the cheese in the actual sandwich itself. And it's just delivering all those lovely Mediterranean flavours. And the colour and the smell, I have to say, is excellent. Oh, lost a little bit, let's put that back in. So I'm looking, if you can see the consistency there, I think actually that probably needs a little bit more oil because it's, whilst the vegetables are quite oily themselves. So I've added about another 1.5 tablespoons there, and I will give it just another lick of the vinegar. Again, don't worry because, you know, if you think it is too oily, you can drain, you don't have to put all of the oil into the sandwich, but you'd be surprised actually how much will come out of these veggies when we put them in. Okay, so we've now got our loaf here. What we're going to do is actually just cut this in half, just using a serrated knife. Try and get it as straight as I possibly can. Again, as I said before, this is a sourdough loaf. Traditionally, it would be a sesame style loaf, but I love sourdough bread. And there we go, got it in half. What I'm just going to do, I'm just going to place the top over there. What I want to do is actually dig out some of this bread. I don't want it to be too doughy. Just sort of gently, just to sort of create a little bit of a well here. You can always keep this and obviously use it for breadcrumbs later. It will never go to waste. And that's it. You just want to, as I say, just take a bit out of there. What we're going to start to do is layer this up. So we're going to start with some of our lovely olive, red pepper, artichoke mixture. And we're just going to spread it all around like this. Again, as little or as much as you want. Let's get that in there like that. So, you want a good base layer of it. That's it. And then we'll just add a little bit more of that oil. Perfect. And then we'll start off, I think, with the ham. So, got this lovely Italian ham. And we just want to sort of bring it up the sides like that. Let's layer that up. Use these last bits. Like that. Again, as I said before, you know, you could use any sort of ham you want. Okay. Then we're going to go in with a layer of cheese. So I'm going in with the mozzarella. We're just going to do that around like so. Lovely. And then we're going to go in with the, I think I'll choose the salami. Again, just layering it up. Like so. And a couple more in the middle there. Okay. And then we're going to go in with our Swiss cheese, and just going to layer that up. Again, if you like more, well, why not? We'll put another slice in there, and then we're going to go in with our lovely mortadella. Here we go, and then I'm just going to finish it. I've got a final flourish there of cheese. I'm going to go in again. That's it. And then I've got some more salami to use here. I'm going to finish it off. Am I going to have enough? Just about. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the lid of our bread. We'll just move that to one side. And then we're going to put more of our mix on here. Now again, I haven't sort of taken taking the dough out of this. I'm leaving this one whole, and you'll sort of see in a minute because this is all going to be pressed down. I'm going to basically put this on a plate, and then I'm going to weigh it down. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's pull that over there. This is where it gets a bit tricky, and we're going to flip that on like so. We're going to transfer that, just push it down as much as you can. And I'm going to get a plate. Put it on the plate. Okay, so we're just going to put a plate on the top there so that we can push this down. And then I've just got a really heavy pot here. And we'll just leave it like so. Now at this point, it's up to you. You can either let it rest with the weight on it anywhere up to a day. I'm going to do it for 2 hours. That's the time I've got, and that's absolutely fine. However, you might want to have this served warm, which is also fantastic. If you do, obviously don't put the weights on it. Keep it as it is. Put it in the oven at 180 for 10 minutes. And when you pull it out, it'll just be this gooey, lovely, juicy sandwich. Okay, so our 2 hours waiting is up. Let's get this loaf cut into and see how we've done. I'm just using a serrated knife, because otherwise I'd never get through the crust. Let's have a look. Wow, look at that. That looks amazing. Let's just cut off. You have to really cut it like this. It's almost like cutting a cake. Try and do it as best as I can. And there we have, look at that, perfect slice. Okay, so let's get our chief tester in. Imogen, will you come and try?
Yeah.
Our muffuletta? Lovely, look at that. Is that good?
It's cooking good.
It is cooking good. Guys, thanks so much for watching till the end. Please do try this one. It's a great recipe, and as I said before, it's a real crowd pleaser. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please comment down below, and feel free to recommend recipes that you want to see us cook. It's cooking good.